In the heart of Nepal, a non-profit organization called Sunsar Maya is making a huge impact on the local community. Their focus? Empowering women and children through education. James and I, both members of the art of documentary community, were invited by Sown to embark on a shared mission to capture an incredible story, a story about how learning to read and write can transform someone's entire life. This would be our first time working together. We had never even met in person before. We had 2 cameras and less than 4 days to make it happen. And off we flew to a foreign country to film a stranger.
Just landed in Nepal. I'm gonna meet Sweta and excited to shoot this documentary.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Wow, how was the flight?
It was really good. It was so beautiful. Everything is just so cute, and it's like these really narrow roads, and everything is different.
As we spent those first moments together, we began to warm up and to get to know each other a little, which felt very important before we dove into the filming. Shweta talked about Sunsar Maya as being a home, and from the moment we stepped in, we understood why.
Have lunch with the kids.
The teachers, the kids, the women, they all welcomed us with so much warmth and happiness.
We are gonna go and visit Bakti and meet Bakti for the first time.
We came here to tell her story, a story of huge personal change. And this first meeting was simply a way to make sure we got to understand her and her world without immediately putting a camera in between us.
How do you feel after meeting Bakti?
I feel really good. Like, she's so inspirational, I think. And to know that she talks about how she didn't want to talk to the customer, she just sat in the back, didn't want to talk to anyone, she was too afraid. It's a huge change, a very big transformation she's been going through. It's very inspiring.
Getting to know her story in more detail, we realized it revolved around 3 key locations: the meat shop, her home, and Sunsar Maya. These locations weren't just physical, they were symbols of her growth and her resilience, each representing a turning point in her journey.
It is Tuesday, the 19th, and it's our first proper shoot day. And it's 5:30 in the morning.
Our first day of filming started early at 6 a.m. as we headed to Bakti's shop to capture her morning routine.
I am using my A7S3, and then I have a lens. In the morning now, we're just starting. I'm gonna try and see if it works with the. It's 16 to 35, but it's only at 4.0.
Bakti came.
So, Bakti came. Hi, Bakti. Good morning. Good morning.
While we were in the middle of getting ready, Bakti arrived and immediately began her daily rituals for opening the shop. This caught us a bit off guard, to be honest. The low light made focusing a challenge, I forgot to set my white balance, and then her husband joined in to help opening the shop, adding to the bustling energy of the moment.
She doesn't want to open it and close it again. Can I put this somewhere in?
I was running around following Bakti's every move. While in hindsight, I should have just taken a deep breath and collected my thoughts first.
I need to breathe. Actually, can she just put the whole bag out here? Because now it's so bright that I will need my ND filter. And when we got it, we just filmed, it was really dark. Didn't have an ND filter on, so I asked her to put my... No, it's okay. I have my ND filters here. This is the most confused morning. Sorry, Bakti. So this is going to be interesting.
While Yeah, like the struggle was, I think, just because she has a lot of things she needs to do. So we went to the meat shop and we did the prayer scene. I thought it would be very quick. I thought maybe like a minute or 2 minutes, but it lasted a long time. And the meat scene is not finished. We need to finish that either this afternoon or tomorrow. So that's kind of pushing the whole schedule. And I really thought we would have 2 scenes done this morning, 2 meat shop scenes, but we didn't even finish 1. So it's, we're a bit behind schedule now. Considering the setback from the previous day, we wanted to approach things a little differently. James introduced me to a simple but efficient diagram, and we mapped out the story on a piece of paper, which helped us organize our thoughts and the time we had left in Nepal. It also gave us a good overview of the film.
So what are you planning for this shop?
We just kind of her alone in the meat shop, feeling lonely, so there's no one here. Before she got illiterate, she didn't like being in front of the shop, she didn't like interacting with customers, so we want to shoot her a lot in the back of the shop.
Our goal was to capture Bakti's journey, her struggles and triumphs. Going from the dark place where she once felt helpless and unsure of herself, to the powerful, confident and independent woman she is now.
Oh, this is Bakti's class. Good morning everyone, good morning.
Being there inside the classrooms made everything feel so real. You could see the learning processes and witness the changes firsthand. We captured Bakti fully immersed in our classes, and her commitment to learning and growth was very visible. Bakti's background of being illiterate is only one of millions in Nepal, and the hope is that this film will set even more women on the journey to literacy.
How long has she lived here?
आन्टी कति भयो हजुर यहाँ बसेको 30 years
30.
यही घरमा
30.
yes
That's a long time.
Bakti's home presented the biggest challenge technically. The narrow hallways, the dark kitchen, the small bedroom. It was hard to light, hard to shoot, and hard to move. But emotionally, it was perfect to portray her illiteracy. The isolation and the feeling of being trapped, of not going anywhere. We used the backyard and the brighter moments with her daughter to reflect her personal growth and the shift in her mood and confidence. We also better understood the different roles her family members played in her story. Her parents and siblings, her own children, and most of all, her husband and his support in her learning journey.
family
Yeah. And that's her and her husband.
I knew from the start that an interview was going to be difficult due to language barriers. Shweta would be there, helping us translate back and forth, but it would obviously not be as smooth as if we had spoken the same language. Many interview questions were focused on specific memories, moments that she could recall and that had left an emotional imprint on her. That's when the real moments came out.
okay I'm so sorry I think I disturbed the whole session भक्ति आन्टीको चाहिँ
अहिले धेरै जान्ने भइसक्यो भन्छ के
They learned all these things that she wanted to learn since she was a child, but she could never learn, like how that felt. The story naturally changes throughout the filmmaking process. Setting out to film a person you have never met, a life you have never lived, in a place you have never been, means you have to keep your planning flexible.
I think we can shoot both scenes, but we have to see what the other house is like.
No, but we were gonna go outside, but then she went inside the room.
We knew what kind of emotions we wanted to capture, but when it came to exactly how and when to capture them, we had to go with the flow.
Transition from Bakti's story into a more general story of illiteracy.
I have to admit that it was overwhelming at times. It was the first time I wasn't working alone, but having another filmmaker alongside me, someone bringing their own ideas, intuition, and rhythm, shaped the story in ways I could not have done on my own.
Now I'm working with other people. I've only just worked with myself before, so it's nice to, like for me, this is we're taking a huge step.
Sown's mission is just that, to connect filmmakers and non-profits all over the world. And we filmmakers make these films free of charge for the non-profits to use in their fundraising. An opportunity for filmmakers to use their skills to make a positive impact on the world.